Welcome to another episode of Hard Target Range. Today we'll be looking at the Ruger single 10 and 22 long rifle and the Henry repeating rifle lever action carbine in 22 long rifle. Let's go shooting. Well, here we are down the range today. We're shooting two different guns. We're shooting this Ruger single 10 and 22 long rifle, and we're going to shoot that beautiful Henry repeating rifle, that Henry lever action 22 long rifle. So let's do a little shooting, guys. What a nice little gun. These are a little expensive as 22s go, but they'll last a lifetime. Stainless steel, and look at those sights, guys. For us older guys, these fiber optic sights really work well. You can't get quite as precise a shot with them, but you know, it's a handgun. How precise do you really need to be with this thing? Yet they do have a nice outline on the front sight there, which kind of gives you the ability to use this more like a target sight, but I feel you just don't get as precise a shot as you do when you have those nice clear black lines of the target sights. See, and that proves it. I just missed that. See, the trick in making a shot is to hurry up and slow down and take that shot. Pretty much if you get the sights dead on target and you leave them there in the process of pulling the trigger, yeah, you're going to hit the target. So, very few inaccurate guns I've seen in my lifetime. No, it's usually operator error that causes them to be inaccurate. Says I. Let's get that lever action out and give it a shot. Well, here we are back in the shop, and no grapefruit juice today. Jack said he couldn't pick any up the other day because he was tapped out. He lost all his money in the poker game. So we'll just have to get along without. Today we're shooting the single actions 22s, and I wanted to do that for a reason, which we'll talk about in a second. First, let's run through the guns real quick. This one being the Ruger single 10, named that because the cylinder holds 10 rounds. It has fiber optic sights, and I kind of call these fiber optic target sight because the fiber optic rods in both of them are outlined with black metal. So it gives you that target sight outline with a fiber optic sight on the inside. But you know, I have a hard time really viewing it as a target sight and getting those precise shots because really all my mind sees are these fiber optic dots. And I think we get a target sight on something, you can do a more precise shot and really get tighten up your groups. But that being said, these are really great for faster acquisition of your sight. This has a 5.5 inch barrel, and I like that. I was happy to see him bring that out in a 5.5 inch barrel. The other gun we were shooting today was this nice Henry lever action rifle with the big loop, often referred to as the John Wayne loop lever, which is kind of nice if you live in a colder climate and you're wearing gloves in the fall and the winter time to have that larger loop. It slows down the speed in which you can use that lever because you got that little play, but I don't know that you're going to be doing any speed shooting with this 22 lever action rifle. It's more of a planker or a good little varmint gun. Awful handy gun to have around again because you can shoot the 22 long rifle, 22 shorts, and those little 22 CBs. And lots of times I don't like using some not lots of times, all the time, I don't like using a round that's bigger than what's necessary to get the job done. Because to me, you're just asking for trouble. So, lots of times I use those CBs around here. Yeah. Why I wanted to do this today was because I wanted to make this point. In order to shoot accurately, all you got to do is line your sights on the target. Once you learn to line up your sights on the target correctly, backwards, the next trick is learning how to leave them there when you pull the trigger. And if you're having problems hitting your target, it usually happens because you don't keep your sights on the target when you pull the trigger. When you pull the trigger, you cant the barrel or pull to the left mostly. A lot of people have said that Glocks shoot to the left. You need to float your sights accordingly, and well, they really don't, is people have a tendency to pull them to the left. Yeah. You get the sights dead center on a gun, you get them lined up, you pull the trigger without moving it, you're going to hit the target. And this is a good way to master, a good place to start to master the ability of pulling the trigger without taking the sights off the target are in single action 22s. After that, the double action and shooting at double action. A lot of guys have double action 22s but have never shot them double action. Go to the double action. That's how I was brought up, and that's how I learned how to shoot. The first gun I shot was that, and you've seen it in the past, that 22 long rifle Remington roller block that belonged to my great-grandmother. That was the first gun I shot, and that's how I learned to shoot, is on that gun. And that's the key to having accurate shooting, is to be able to pull the trigger without taking your sights off the target. Well, there you go, guys. Now that I've wasted 5 minutes of your time just talking in the shop, I'll let you go for the day. Thanks for tuning in. I'll give you a little more footage of me shooting these 22s down at that beautiful, beautiful HardTarget range. And if you want some of those beautiful AR-500 steel HardTargets, there's a link down below where you can go to get them. Thanks for tuning in today, guys. I'll leave you with that footage. Well, that ends another episode of the HardTarget Range. Thanks for tuning in this week. I hope you enjoyed the show. Till next time, from Mr. Holster and Jack, go out and stay safe.